What's up, guys? Welcome to the 41st episode of the Envision Game Podcast. I'm your host, Brad's Gaming, and as always, I'm joined by Clownish Joe
Shut up.
and Triple Bravo.
Howdy, folks.
So, we're talking about Game Awards, everything about them. Just kind of giving our impressions because,
We've been through a year of them.
Yeah, we've been watching them a little bit more often than we normally have, and taking it in. And I feel like we're going to be a little more critical than positive on them. I'm sure there's some positive things we have to say, but maybe not.
I got some
Uh,
positive things to say.
yeah, that they exist. Like,
The positive thing, they're over for the year.
Positive thing, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, we've started live streaming our podcast, and you've missed approximately 30 minutes of BS before the show started. So get your butt over to Twitch, Envision Gaming Live, and drop a follow.
And vice versa. If you're on Twitch, you've watched us BSing for a half hour. Now come view the edited content on YouTube.
The edited content. Snip, snip.
yep. Anyways,
Another positive. If you're a video editor and you would like to make... I'm kidding.
But actually,
For free.
if you want to work for free and see no benefits at all, let us know.
we'll say your name.
Yeah. We'll put your name in the upper right hand corner of our little purple background.
Girl Scout cookies are coming at me.
So, with the Game Awards, there's a bunch of different ones. Obviously the big ones that come to mind are like E3, whatnot. And then there's the different I don't know. Do you guys want to rope in like directs into this as well? I don't know if you'd want to.
Do they give out awards at E3?
Do they give out? No, they don't.
No.
I'm an idiot. Don't mind me.
You're fine. It was because
Scratch
I
that.
mentioned it previously.
And I just had a stroke.
So let me just list them out, okay? These are the ones
Yeah,
that
you smell.
we have either watched on the podcast, attempted to watch on the podcast but thought they were poopy, or did some amount of research into for whatever reason. So, in no particular order, you have the DICE Awards, the Game Awards, the Game Critic Awards, the Golden Joystick Awards, Independent Games Festival, Steam Awards, Independent Game Dev Association Awards, the British Academy of Film and Television Game Awards, or BAFTA Game Awards, and then notably ones that I want to look into more just to see what the difference is the Japan Awards, the Canadian Awards, the Czech Awards, and the Deutscher Computerspielspreis.
That's my favorite one. Out of all the ones that you named, that's the one.
I'm so confused.
I literally just wanted to list off the country ones just because of the German ones. It's like, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Ja.
Yeah.
Speaking of German, I just watched Beer Fest the other night.
Yeah. I
Good
watched
movie.
it not too long ago. Cause
I know, you mentioned it, and then I seen it on Netflix like the next night, and I was like, I have to.
Mm-hmm.
I have to.
I always sleep a little better with some sausage in me. Brad, say something.
But
Keep the train rolling here, Brad. You know we can't do this without you.
oh
You
man,
seen how it went last week or the week
What's
before?
wrong with your camera? What's blue? What are you doing?
I'm frozen. Oh, I pulled up some different categories to look at for
On your 64-inch flat screen? Good lord, did you just turn
Yeah.
on the sun? What
I
is?
did.
Turn on the high beams.
I'm gonna go.
I've never seen that before.
We've
Oh,
been
man.
bagging on Brad for a half hour at this
Oh
point.
man.
How do you
It's
guys
not
like?
slowing down.
How do you guys like my lighting? I changed up my lighting a little bit.
How about those Game Awards? Yeah, I
How
think the
about
Game
this?
Awards. There's a lot of Game
All right,
Awards.
my
You
personal
mentioned
favorite.
9 we looked into.
My personal favorite. I'm glad you counted. Is probably the BAFTA awards. It's the most fresh on my mind because it's the one we just watched. But I was quite frankly blown away by the quality of the show, just like the ability to organize the show and put forth a somewhat less cringy show than the others, and like do generic, game awards. Like something to be said about the people that won it or the games that won it, but like the people that put it on were actually really nice. Um, I
Yeah,
don't know.
the host, I can't remember her name to save my life, but she kept it very like professional,
Yeah,
which a lot of like game hosts try to make it very memey, and it makes it seem like more of a joke and not something to be taken seriously, which I like the idea of taking it a little more serious because it's becoming so much more mainstream.
yeah. Well, other
Uh,
other game awards like the Game Awards or the Golden Joystick Awards, like they just bring in like CEOs to talk about stuff or like have like a little corner talk with ads surrounding everything all the time and doing like cringy uh like little bits, which actually the BAFTA awards did
yeah, they
have.
had that one.
They had the one cringy one, but that was
But
it.
outside of that, like one, everything it was like boom, 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 boom. It wasn't all this filler content and all of that.
Mm.
Like they just went, and I like that. But yeah, there's not much more good I have to say about BAFTA because I felt they snubbed so many games.
Yeah, it really seemed like ones, the games that won were because other game award shows already gave certain games the award, so they were like, "We're different. Look at us."
Yeah, and they absolutely adored that unpacking game
Oh
for
my
whatever
god!
reason.
I told Sushi about that game, and she cut me off, and she goes, "Unpacking? Yeah, I love that game." I'm like, "Dang it!
Dang it,
You're
Sushi.
supposed
This is
to
why we
agree
can't
with
have
me."
nice things. But yeah, like I don't know. The one that triggered me the most was like the best first game release, and Kena Bridge of Spirits wasn't even like nominated. Not even saying it had to win, but to not nominate
Mm,
it is astounding.
yeah.
Maybe the British people just play weird games.
Or maybe their nomination stuff, like maybe they didn't care about it. Maybe they only
Well,
were
maybe they were wrong. Actually, I know they were wrong because that game was awesome for a first game.
fair, fair and
Fair.
balanced.
But I think
So,
it probably won that award for other game shows. So back to your point where they were like, "Oh, that game already got something."
Yeah. Brad, what did you think about the BAFTA awards? You were there all night.
yeah, it was good. I had a lot to say about it. So this is and I'm just gonna, I guess, talk from a general overview of any of the game awards. I think it is kind of tough because certain years you have, and I don't know if this year or last, like one of the years recently, I remember there wasn't a lot of competition. It's like there was one big game that came out, and we're essentially forced to pick the one game because,
It was last year. It was last
yeah,
year. It was Resident Evil Village, It Takes Two, and like Ratchet and Clank were the big three.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's when you have
Depression.
years like that, I understand it is tough, and there's almost this, and it's like in sports, right? Like MVPs sometimes in sports, they won't win even though they're the best player for the year
Yep.
again because they're just sick of seeing the same people over and over again. So I could see kind of similarly with this where it's like, well, we don't want to give Resident Evil Village the game, game of the year plus every other one. I'm using it just as an example. But
Best lead cast member with Lady
yeah.
Dimitrescu, and all best sound design, best yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you get like sick of it or whatever, or like burnout. So then you start just handing out random awards to other games that maybe shouldn't have deserved it, I guess, or you know, I don't know. It just starts. Then it turns into, okay, well, we gave one to this game, so now that can't win again. So now we're gonna give one to this game. Like I remember we were actually predicting it. I think it was the Game Awards itself, and it was like, oh, Deathloop hasn't won yet. Deathloop's coming up. All of these games have won. Deathloop hasn't won yet, and then Deathloop won that game or whatever award it was. So I could see that. Then when there's more competition, I feel like it's probably a little more fair. But um,
It's the same.
also,
It's the same theory. Like if you're filling in like bubbles on like a multiple choice thing, and you're like, "Wow, I've got 3 C's in a row. I, it can't be C again. I'm gonna do B. I'm gonna do B. You know,
I had a
Yeah.
test
and
in
you're
high
wrong.
school that the teacher made the entire 100-question test all C.
That's
good plan.
terrible.
So
That is
yeah, I don't
terrible.
know. I don't know if you guys feel that same way as I do. At least for that, I'm
No,
sure it's better.
It definitely
Yeah.
is a thing, and we noticed it with BAFTA too. There was a point where we were like, "Oh, they just throw up 5 games and pick the most obscure one, and it wins." And we were like, watched through the nominations, and we were like, "Oh, it's gonna be this one," and it was like some weird card game roguelike or something that I've
To
never even heard of.
be weird to be weird. That's it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I was like, "That's the one that's gonna win because it's the one that nobody knows when
Yep.
it won," and
Yeah.
we're just
Got to
like, "Yep,
stand out somehow.
yep, yeah, we cracked the code."
Mhm.
And It Takes Two got snubbed like 5 times.
Yeah.
And didn't
And
they give Game of the Year to like some random game? It wasn't one that won anything else.
I can't remember. Um, but anyways, back to your point, Brad. I agree, and I feel like if you're not going to be um, objective about your awards, like if The Village actually outperformed everybody else in all these different categories, they should get it. If an MVP player is MVP 5 years in a row, you don't take it away from him on the 5th year because you're bored of him. Do a call to arms. You're like, hey, can somebody please come beat this guy? We're tired of giving him awards. You just you're
BAFTA gave Game of
yeah
the Year to Returnal, is what it was.
yeah yeah
Mm.
Returnal.
Which like I don't think any other Game Awards gave it to Returnal.
Man.
I don't even think Returnal won much in any of the other Game Awards, but it won like everything in this one.
It did win a lot.
They really liked Returnal, I guess.
Yeah, apparently Returnal is a banging game over in Britain.
Over in the British Academy of Film and Television. Yes.
So you know how there's also like I know it's not a Game Award show, but like IGN will do their game nominations or best game of the year
Top game
or
of all
whatnot.
time.
Yeah, they'll do their things as well every single year. I'm sure GameSpot does it as well. Whatnot. I feel like with those companies, it's a little harder to actually believe what they say because they're very skewed towards whatever side they want
You're
to be.
just mad that they both love Breath of the Wild.
Oh, you already know that that's all they're gonna pick. I could tell you right now that it doesn't matter what game comes out. It doesn't even matter how good Breath of the Wild 2 comes out. It will be probably considered the best game of all time for them. 100% guarantee. I bet you
It's
they will put that thing
absolutely
number
top
1.
3 at minimum.
They will put that thing. Yeah, the only thing that's gonna beat it, if anything beats it, is Breath of the Wild 1. That's
Yeah,
my prediction
just
right
because
now.
it's not 2.
IGN will literally be like Breath of the Wild 2. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. It's the best thing ever. And the game hasn't even come out. Nobody's ever seen anything. It's gonna be top 5 before the game's even released, just from the trailer we've seen. That's it.
I hate
The
how
game does look
accurate
really
that
good, though.
probably is.
But it got delayed to 2023, and I'm pretty upsetty spaghetti about that.
Upsetting
But
spaghetti.
my theory is they knew Elden Ring and God of War coming out this year, and they're like, maybe we don't win Game of the Year if we release Breath of the Wild
That's
because
right.
those two are gonna clap. And they're like, let's just push it
Yeah.
back a year, get that free dub, Call it a day.
This is definitely a tough year to come out in.
Yeah, it's
Why are you scared, Nintendo? Why are you scared, bro? Bring it out.
Because they're gonna get them cheeks collabed. That's
Come
why.
on, bro. Be the goat. Because if
every year
you beat these
FromSoft
two
releases
games,
a game, it's game of the year.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's game of the year.
I don't think there's realistically. I think it's gonna win the majority of game of the years. There's gonna be the Sony fanboy sites that give it to God of War.
yeah.
I don't think God of War will beat it.
No, listen. BAFTA isn't giving it to either one. Okay.
BAFTA's picking like I don't know what else has come out like.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection.
Well, first
That
off,
bad boy.
that game needs to be in the running.
I don't know if you know, there was a collector's edition. It was one of the worst collector's editions I've ever seen in my life, okay? It was literally a plastic, like, so instead of, like, giving you a statue or whatever, you know how every collector's edition usually is, it'd be like, here's a little statue or something. They gave you 10 trading cards, like 10 or 12 trading cards, that my favorite comment was on Reddit, who are you trading with? Everybody else has the cards that bought this thing. Everybody has all the cards. And then number two, it's literally just a plastic little cutout, and it has like a paint, like it's like painted of the turtles, probably made for $5, and they're charging $150 for this thing. The game's $40. It's insane. $150 for this thing.
That's funny.
I
Yeah,
got this
how-
little bad boy in my $50 Smurfs collector's edition.
Look at that.
Yeah. I here's the thing. I'm actually extremely excited about that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection. Okay.
Yeah,
It's because my buddy and I already have a plan where we're gonna slow roll through that game. We're gonna sit down and play through every single one of them. It's gonna take us forever because we don't hang out all the time. But we're just gonna sit down, play the first game until we beat it, and the second game, third, go down the line, just slowly beat them. I'm excited about it.
I plan on doing that with old Hurricane Scott.
Yeah.
He told me he's buying it for everyone in the
Oh,
Discord.
that's cool.
Oh well,
He didn't know it was coming out, and I told him like within the past week, and he's like, "I'm buying it for you. I'm buying it for Bravo. I'm buying it for Brad. I'm buying it for Dusty."
Yeah, it should be good. I've never played any of them, so that'll be.
I've played one.
I've played
Turtles in Time, I think.
I've played a Ninja Turtles arcade game, just like a couple weeks ago. Like whenever I went to Vegas, for my weekend vacation, there was a bar and they had like a Ninja Turtles game, and we played that for a little bit, and it was pretty tough. But I had a really good idea while Brad was talking. So you know how we meme about how the Olympics should have an average guy for scale on all the different events?
Of course,
you know?
of course.
They should have like an absolute garbage game for scale. Like who's gonna win Game of the Wars? And then it shows a preview of all the games. So it's like, you know, God of War, Elden Ring, like some random like I don't know, random dumb game, and then that one
Your Dad's Simulator 2022.
yeah, and people are like, wait, what is that? You know, maybe you could actually. I would be really excited. This is another tangent. Be really excited if Vampire Slayer won some kind of award, like the public, like the viewer voted.
The viewer voted, yeah.
Yeah,
you
that
talk
would
about
be...
Vampire Survivor.
Survivor. Yeah, Vampire
Yeah.
Survivor.
I think what they need to do is not care about hurting anybody's feelings and do worst game of the year.
Yes.
The
Yes.
issue with
100%.
that is like, how do you actually find it? Because like,
Well,
Super Auto Dude's in the running.
So here's my thought about the worst
it's a
game of the
prototype, not a
year.
game, all right?
The
I don't
worst
know. You released it.
the worst game of the year
Prototype.
has to it like one of the factors that you have to count is how many people it affected. So for
I would
example,
say-
Cyberpunk, right? Like
Mhm.
everybody's super hyped about it. It comes out and it barely runs on consoles and it's got all
Anything.
these problems. And you're like, wait, this isn't the best game of the year. It's the worst game of the year because like millions of people were disappointed by this. But some random game out there that was released, I don't know, by somebody, you know,
Brad's
it's
Gaming.
yeah, probably the worst game. Like, just it doesn't even function. You can't even turn it on, but it only affects like 5 people. Sorry, Brad.
So
Affected 2 of
here's-
us.
you're gonna play it. We're gonna do a let's play of it. Right? So this is what I would say. One, you have to. It has to have had like decent sales. Like you can't be like this game sold 3 copies. It's the worst game ever made or something. It's got to have sold, I guess, like maybe 10,000 copies. I don't know. Even that's pretty small.
Maybe we should do a game award show, but negative. Like,
Just
Negative.
worst sound design.
worst game of the
Like,
year, worst
audio
sound
never
design.
syncs up.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It does sound
It
like
does.
fun.
Write that
So trademark. Before it goes out there.
Bad Uncle Skeeter determined that that decision was epic.
I feel like it would. I think it would just be interesting though, like because everybody votes. Obviously, then you're just crushing whoever it was that.
Yeah.
The thing, you feel bad if it's a small developer, but if it was like Activision, you're like, yeah, you guys suck. You know, I don't
We
know.
lost Brad.
How'd you lose me?
What?
What happened?
Now Brad's back.
That
We
was
had a
weird.
gray screen Brad for a minute.
Oh, weird. Well, you're back.
I don't know how that happened. All right. Anyways,
It's that haunted house you live in.
it is. Yeah. Coco came in and just slapped the
Brad's
webcam
house
a little
is
second.
haunted. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I told him before we moved in and didn't want to listen to me.
Well, it's all right. They're cool ghosts. They're very nice.
Not that one that beats you.
Beats me in my sleep. Oh man. Anyways, what else you guys got to say about this stuff?
I
Brad,
feel like the big issue with Game Awards is like most of them aren't transparent with how voting or like decisions are determined. So like they'll randomly be like game of the best game design, and it's like who picked, like was it a fan vote? Was it like these 7 people we just grabbed off the street? Like who, I feel like that's one big thing that they never really tell you, and that's what skews a lot of people's opinions of the shows.
Just Todd from Nintendo voting for Winback every time.
But like legitimately, is it like is there a panel of people who vote every year? Like the I don't know, like movie ones. What
Yeah.
is it? The Grammys or Oscars, whatever
right.
one.
some of the
We're-
award shows do have like a structure, and people call in and vote or mail in or whatever, and other ones are done from the critics. You know, like the secret people
Just
behind
based
the
off
scenes.
ratings.
Mhm.
But
If
like
we were ever to do it, it would just be 33% for each of us for the voting, and we rank
Peer
them
voting.
from. Yeah, you just basically like, all right, what do you think is the best sound in a game? Problem is, we don't play all of them, so
Yeah, I mean-
it's super hard for us to do something like that.
well, I mean, clearly they don't all play all of them either because Kana didn't even get mentioned in the damn award. I'm sorry, I was like really invested in that game before it came out because it looked. I love the animation style, and then that game just got completely disregarded by BAFTA, and I was ready to fight someone.
He's ready to fight BAFTA.
Dude,
we
I'll
we
drop
have
that head.
we have a real possibility if we keep podcasting to have more views than the BAFTA Game Awards. Like it's not
Yeah, they
beyond
did not have a
reality.
lot.
Like,
They did not have a lot.
and Joe's like, I hate him. I hate him.
Jeez.
I don't know. Maybe they got them. They got more views like in Britain numbers or something. I don't know.
There's like 27 people that live in Britain, aren't there? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm American. I don't know my geography.
when would we do this game awards? Because like, we either have
Well, I
to,
mean, BAFTA did them in the middle of March
yeah.
for like a year before.
I feel like we either need to wait to like ride the hype of all the other game awards, or just
Or
like
we just do it now.
yeah, or we just do it literally on the offside, like half a year out, and
We
Do
just
it in
wake up
June.
one day and we're like, "Hey guys, we're going live in 5 minutes. We're doing the Game Awards. Start voting quick."
yeah, and I think we could get the community involved with a couple of them, because who doesn't want to be negative, Hey guys,
we love being negative here.
what's
If you guys haven't learned by now,
what's your
let me
worst
tell
game?
you something.
Mm-hmm.
There's points where Brad is like, "Guys, we did like 7 straight negative episodes. Could we maybe mix in a positive one?" Like, no.
No. Joe's like my favorite game of all time. Ocarina of Time, 7 out of 10. Like what?
Like game
Yeah,
of
I
the
don't
year,
know.
none. There was no game of the year.
Oh man,
No game. The
hilarious.
problem in our community is memory. It's really gonna be like, what came out last year?
I'll tell you right now, I barely remember anything. I told Joe he was talking to me about some game. I don't even remember what game it was. That's how bad it is. It's talking to me some game, and I'm like, I have no recollection of anything.
It was
that
Resident
game.
Evil. Whenever I was
Pro-
streaming, we were talking about something, and I was like, "What do I need?" Like, I know I'm missing something, and Brad's just like, "What?"
Oh, actually, I think it was that. I think it was also Silent Hill 1.
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah, you were just like, "I don't know. I'll look it up in my book." Like,
yeah, I
no.
got my little handy book over here.
Everyone stop. He's drinking. Okay, we're good.
Gotta stay hydrated.
I'm staying hydrated, baby.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. It would definitely be hard for me. I feel like the amount of new games that I play is so minimal. But we could possibly, like I said, we could always possibly do something where it's like, something that you played this year that was new for you. So then, if you play an older game, you could talk about that and be like, hey, for me, I played, I don't like Bravo when he played Dead Space for the first time. It was an older game, but it was the first time he played it. And then that would also alleviate the issue of, hey, I'm not going to vote for Diablo 2 every single year.
Well,
I also, side note, forgot one of my items that I got. I picked up Hunter the Reckoning.
Oh,
yeah.
This is Brad likes to put it in his worst game of all time list because it's repetitive, but he's wrong and stupid.
I didn't say the worst game of all time. I just said the game was a little bit repetitive. It's not as good as I remember as a kid.
Seeing Bad Uncle Skeeter here in chat reminded me of it because me and him are gonna play through it.
We should try to trim the fat and not do things that we have no interaction with. Like, I probably can't do like an audio award for a game or worst audio, because
I mean, we definitely. I swear we did like our mini game awards.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Like first week of January or whatever, we did like our game in our year in review.
Yeah, that's what it was, year in review. But we gave out a individual game of the years.
Brad keeps trying to make it positive, and I just wanted to be all negative. So
I just want to let you know, I don't remember that at all.
We'll talk about it off camera.
I do. Yours was Diablo 2 Resurrected. I don't remember what Bravo's was, but mine was Skyward Sword Remaster, HD, whatever they call it. I don't remember what Bravo's was.
Doesn't matter.
Fist, Forge, and whatever.
Forged in Shadow Torch, bro.
Shadow Touch.
Shadow
Touch.
Touch
by the shadows.
Shadow
That game.
Touch.
That's the one. I don't know. I don't feel like I have much else to say.
Yeah, I just feel like, I mean, with our half hour of nonsense before we actually started the main topic, we got a whole bunch of our BSing out of the way, so now we're out of things to talk about.
No, gentlemen, it's fine. I've been trying to get you to do shorter episodes for 41 episodes. We're good.
Yeah, but it's not going to work, so we need to start talking about other things.
You're cut off. You're cut off. You.
But actually, I feel like there should be one game award show, and it should be like a set panel and make
Us.
it like the Grammys or Oscars or whatever, and not like these 50 different ones. Like I don't care what the Czech Game Awards are. Like, are they only voting on Czech games? Then sure. If they're voting on like all of the games, it just doesn't make sense to have one for each different country. I just feel like there should be one organization that oversees it and not IGN because God forbid it would be a train wreck.
Who gave us the most money this year? Yeah, they're the winner. Right there. Those guys. Breath of the what? Yeah, I don't care. Say it's the best game. It hasn't even come out yet. Yeah, I don't care. Just it's fine.
Was it Nintendo? Oh yeah, they donate a lot. So.
Yeah.
Yep. I have no idea if they actually take anything from Nintendo. I think they just are such big fanboys that they can't handle.
They're gonna pick the new Kirby game for Game of the Year at IGN. I'm calling it now, just because it has Nintendo.
I could see it. Well, I know what they're really big fans of right now is that Tunic game.
Dude,
Because
I
it's
started
like
playing that.
it's
It's-
like Zelda.
Yeah,
That's what they say. Yeah.
that game. I played through like 10 minutes of it, and that game is weird. I didn't play it with a controller, and it's like keyboard only controls, so it's like WASDs and then like JKL for your moves, like attack and that. And I'm like, I don't I'm not supposed to be on the keyboard like this playing a game.
You
Just
remember
wanna-
back in the old days when you had to like use the arrow keys to move instead of WASD?
Dude, so it took me so long to get off that because all of the old Rainbow Six games use that, and I had like crouch control or right control was my crouch, and shift was the like aim and all that, and then I'd use like delete end page up page down.
It's weird. It's like broken now.
Yeah, like
But it
there's
was-
no chance I could do it. I
It's
mean, I
almost-
guess it sits kind of comfortably with the control.
Here's
Oh,
what I
wow.
remember. I don't know if I remember it being like ZXC would be the button. So if it was like a 3-button game, something like that, and then you just moved up, down, left, right with the arrow keys. So it was
Yeah.
like Southpaw instead.
Yep, I remember it. I was watching a YouTube video actually about side tangent. I know Bravo loves when we do this, but I was watching a video on like the history of Rainbow Six, and I realized I have all but like 3 of the games. So I was gonna go back and collect them, and I want to build an old like Windows 98 machine and play through them all.
Gotta catch him out.
Don't blame me.
But then I seen
Anyways.
like the PS1 version of the original Rainbow Six and about jumped out my window. bad.
I own it. bad.
I looked at it, and they just kept releasing them on the PlayStation. I was like,
Real bad.
they went through like 5 years of like upgrades on the PC version, and then the PS1 version just looks the same across all of them, and it's like, oh, jinkies. Like why do we do that? But that's it. That's my tangent.
Do you have like
Bravo's
a
getting
Do you have like a
antsy.
bullet point list? Or you're like, I have to mix these phrases into the podcast today. Jinkies.
No, what it is? Somebody was paid
spaghetti.
them.
Wait, what
like
else did I say?
What did you see? You said spaghetti.
Upsetty spaghetti?
Spaghetti.
I've never heard you say that one time.
Never.
And how long have I known you for now? Like
I've
3
definitely
years?
said it before. And I say
Not
jinkies all the
once.
time. I literally
No.
type jinkies
No.
into our group chats. I will
Mm-mm.
find it.
Typing
control
a
F.
word and saying it is two different things.
No,
Yeah.
I use jinkies.
Anyways, folks, we are going to investigate this bullet point list that Joe has, figure out why he's saying these strange things.
I'm getting sponsored without you guys.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode.
We're sponsored by Scooby Doo and
I got
Chef Boyardee SpaghettiOs.
I gotta bleep that out. And yeah, yell at us on Twitter at envision_org. Catch us live, where this is live right now at Envision
Was
Gaming
live.
Live. No, right now we're live, literally
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, but if
you're
you're talking to
watching.
the YouTube people, they're
As
not.
you're watching this YouTube video, we're always live. Yeah, do all the stuff, get out of here.
On top of that, we're gonna stream our game of the month this month, right? Together.
I gave up on that.
What do you mean you gave up on it? You didn't even start.
You
I just
chicken?
want to let you know if you guys pay me, I will live stream 24/7 this room.
How much do we gotta pay?
No,
I'll sleep.
it's a trick.
I'll
Don't
sleep
do
on
it.
this.
It's a trick. He'll just never come into the room. It'll just be
Like-
the room.
It'll just be. I'll attach a camera to Coco, and you can just watch him.
Yeah.
What he does all day.
The cat cam. That's what the podcast is missing. Just a cat cam.
But we should play and stream Phasmophobia, our game of the month, like soon, like real soon, like 5 minutes soon.
Well, in 5 minutes, I'm going to bed, so
Yeah.
I'll see you then.
Anyways,
You could end it now, I guess. I'm done. I give
Alright.
up trying to
Twitch
stretch.
gang, thanks for dropping by, watching us live. This is how we are. Pre-edit. Goodbye.
And post edit. I love you.